Yes, welcome to another episode of Good Morning Crypto. Another episode of Good Morning Crypto.
Yo, 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 yo. Who in the house? I'm in good mood, guys. Are we ready? I think we are. It's Monday, guys. It's Monday. LFG. Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do this show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. Guys, are we gonna pump? Are we not gonna pump? The oil is gonna skyrocket. The dollar looks like it's bottoming out. Bitcoin looks like it wants to do the last move it needs to do before we pump the 30,000. It's so close. It's so close. But there is also signs of warning that I'm gonna show you on the chart. Right now you can see on the chart that might just indicate that we are not gonna make it, guys. That we are not gonna make. So I'm gonna tell you what needs to happen, and it's not very much, but that little move needs to happen. And once we do that little move, that it is a very critical little move, we're gonna become so bullish, guys. So bullish. Altcoins have pulled back a lot. Nothing is above 1%. Everything is at 0.x%. A little bit up, a little bit down. Ape is doing fantastically well. 4% right now over here. I keep telling people ape, but I'm not doing it myself. I tried to do it myself, but then I got stopped out. There is that. But there is definitely coins that are gonna pump so hard, guys, so hard, as soon as the move is done. And we're gonna look at the chart. Let me just close the door. It's Easter, Eastern holiday or whatever it's called, so kids are at home. They're not at school or anything like that, but they're going out now, so there's that. How's everybody doing? Mladen Petrov, what's up, man? Decentralized, what's up? Ask, good morning, how you doing, man? Mladen, the goat. Christovan Nikirk, morning all, can't wait for the 6th moon. Yeah, we got a full moon. We got a full moon in 3 days, guys. 3 days. So right now over here we had a new moon, and you can see up here the new moon is actually pushing us a little bit towards the upside. If you see here from the start up here, not this line, this horizontal line. You see up here, we started over here, but right now we are higher than that. So technically the new moon did not push us down, which is actually very, very bullish. And in 3 days, on the 6th of April, right over here, on the 6th of April, right over here, Thursday, we got a full moon coming out, and that's gonna pump us big time towards the upside. Linda, good morning, how you doing, Linda? What's up? Glad to see you in the chat. You're always in the chat, Linda. Nice. There's not many girls who can stick in crypto for this long, and especially on my channel. A lot of love back. Dr. Karlov, good morning all. How you doing, man? XRP legend, what's up? I'm late to the party right now. I'm working too. Mister, dobre dan. Are we rich yet? Maybe soon. Bart, long time no see. How you doing, man? Tinush, Theta looks interesting. Everything looks interesting, man. Hidden bullish on the daily. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the vertices as well. But the vertices don't matter as much. I mean, if you get a divergence when the RSI is at something like 60, doesn't matter. If you get a divergence when RSI is 90, now that might matter a little bit more. Went long again and scallop. Nice. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Andre Silva. GORT makes no sense. DXY going down when oil up. Oil up means more inflation and people running to dollar. Yeah, I mean that does seem to be the case, but things are not always the way the way they seem. I'm still in Amsterdam, resting up the lungs. Nice, tired, nice. Alex, just relax, Health first. Guys, there are a couple of things that I want to say before we start looking at Bitcoin and stuff like that. First thing first, the oil, the big news right now is that oil is skyrocketing towards upside up here, as you can see up here. Let's just remove this up here from the chart. The oil is skyrocketing towards upside. You can see the big gap up here open, because on the futures this one has been already been traded, and it's skyrocketed big time towards upside up here, you know, something like 7% towards upside, because you know, Russia, Saudi Arabia, China, Iran, Iraq, and all of these, you know, oil producing nations have decided on the cut. OPEC has decided on the cut on the oil. That means oil up, inflation up as well. That should indicate that the dollar should go towards upside, and we do believe that you know, maybe on the small time frames up here there might be a chance that, you know, dollar goes up in the short term. In the longer term, you know, prices up here, this is still, you know, technically in a downtrend over here. It might have a pump or whatnot, but we are not seeing just yet that this is gonna do this move up here, you know, in the short, you know, on the long term time frames. But on small time frames, we might get this move towards upside, because you can see up here the dollar is actually technically breaking the trend right now, retesting this trend over here. So the big question is the dollar gonna go up or not? Now, we also don't care about what dollar is doing, because when previously when we were following dollar, and it was like 100% sure that the dollar is gonna dump, that means Bitcoin is gonna pump. And what happened? It was 100% sure that the dollar was gonna go down and Bitcoin was gonna go up. And then what happened is that dollar went down and Bitcoin went down, or something like that. But it wasn't you know, inversely correlated. That's what I remember. So we don't really care what the dollar is doing, because we know that Bitcoin can do the same thing as dollar does. If dollar goes up, Bitcoin can go up. If dollar goes down, Bitcoin can go down. Can you tell me where your biggest mistake in crypto journey? There are too many crypto mistakes in a minute. One of the big mistakes is selling SafeMoon at when I bought it. I was one of the first to buy SafeMoon when nobody knew about SafeMoon, because if you remember in the previous bull run, there was this thing called Hodge, you know, Dodge, and then changed the first letter, they called it Hodge. So they made this coin called Hodge, right? That was the first meme just before this meme, you know, craziness started. And I was like, you know, Hodge is already, you know, pumped big time, but I know how these things work, so there will always come some kind of copycats. And I was looking for the, you know, okay, which copycat is already out? And SafeMoon was out, so I took $500 and put it in SafeMoon, right? And the SafeMoon, of course, pumped a little bit and pulled back a little bit and stuff like that, right? And it was when nobody knew about SafeMoon, and then I was like, you know, maybe this is already done, you know, we had Hodge, you know, these things, you know, don't pump that much. I got out of the SafeMoon, and it pumped so much, guys, it pumped so much. And I had, you know, $500 in SafeMoon. Throw away money, but, you know, it still burns, you know, to this day. Now, the lesson I did learn from that is that when you throw away money into something, you know, you don't get out to save that money. You don't get out to say like, okay, I'm up like, you know, 10%. I'm just gonna get out because this is already done. If it's throw away money, then throw it away. Let it go until 100x, 200x, whatever your target is. If it dies, it dies. Throw away money should be throw away money. So that's what I learned with that. Now, that's just one of many, you know, many mistakes and many lessons I did learn. So sometimes, you know, a long-term play is, you know, when you believe in something and you would throw away money, you need to let it go. You need to let it go. No correlation is 100% TLI. TLI is the best inverse correlator. We're gonna see that. I've taken a break from futures, but I'll get back on it when I get some more money to play with. I've been thinking about trading lately, and I need to, you know, I've been looking at, if you look at my Twitter up here, yesterday I asked, can somebody recommend me videos where I can talk specifics about entry, stop losses, setups and stuff like that, because I'm trying to find people who are good at trading that I can learn from, you know, and get this, because I know that you know, it's like you see stuff happening, you know which way it's gonna go, you can kind of predict it, but yet you cannot enter, I cannot enter a trade, you know, and stick in the trade. I get stopped out, I get this, I get that, you know. So I'm definitely gonna, you know, improve my trade. I need to get this under my belt, so that is that. But that said, I did find a guy yesterday, guys, and I really like the guy. And the guy's name is, because nobody said anything. Like John said, you know, CoinSkid, but you know, CoinSkid is not a trader. So I was looking for, and I can spot very easily, you know, people that are that are not legit, right? But when I find somebody that that I enjoy and like, I can immediately see that you know, there is something there. So I found this guy called what is his name? His name is I posted yesterday up here in the chat as well. Nick Sean. Yeah, it's Nick Sean. Nick Sean. This guy, Nick Sean, 180k subs, Nick Sean, and I love trading. If you do, you love this channel. And this guy has been trading for a long time, so I watch, you know, one of his most popular. I found this video, how I make millions trading as a complete idiot. And as soon as I saw this video, I knew, okay, this guy understands certain things. And then I saw this video from, you know, 3 years ago, because over here he does not talk.
Nickel Mission Effects here, and I'm going to start this week off with some sweet week.
And I saw first I saw this video over here, but he doesn't talk that much about, you know, lines and stuff like that. But over here, like 3 years ago, he was actually talking about lines. And when you listen to him, how he explains the lines and the respect of the line and how you put the line and intuition and stuff like that, you understand that he understands the game. You understand it. So I'm trying to figure out, you know, and I know there is not just one way to do stuff, but I like this guy a lot. So, you know, I don't recommend often people, you know, to watch and stuff like that, but I think this guy, you know, might be, might be very, very good. And he has very nice ideas. He's been training for a long time, and he's, you know, lines are nice, you know. So do check out the guy. You can tell me what you think about the guy. And you know, when it comes to, you know, that TraderXO and you know, all of these other guys, you know, on YouTube and stuff like that, most of those, like 99% of guys doing you know, technical analysis or trading on YouTube, like I just don't see it. Like there is so much missing. They're using like volume profile and Fibonacci's and Elliott waves and 500 indicators, you know, and trying to predict the move. Like it is in simplicity where the TL lies. So I found this guy, and it's actually a nice guy. I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna plug this guy. I'm gonna plug this guy on Twitter, and I'm gonna say here, since you guys were of no help, I found this guy on YouTube yesterday. Check him out. Is there Nick Sean up here? Let's see up here at Nick Sean. No, does he have a Twitter up here? I don't think he has a Twitter. Let's see videos, latest videos. Maybe he has a video. Maybe he has a. Nah, he just has some public stuff. Nah, doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just plug him, and there we go. Nick Sean videos. There we go. So there is that. Yes, and also before we start, just before we start, yeah, I got April Fool's, one day after April's Fool's. Bitcoin is the greatest invention in the world. Also check out my YouTube channel. You can see all of these, you know, exclamation marks at the end, because I read somebody said that the amount of exclamation mark increases your reach on Twitter, and I was like, hey man, that sounds plausible, because it wasn't 1st of April anymore, right? Because, you know, and I read this post, so I was like, hey, let's check it out. And then later it hit me, oh my god, that's probably, you know, the post is probably written, you know, it's 1 day old. I think I saw April 1st joke about exclamation marks and what tested out, not understanding that this was April Fool's joke. I fell for April Fool's joke on the day after. So there is that. I fell for the joke on the day after. Unfortunately, I fell for the joke. So there is that. But that guy Nick Sean, that guy Nick Sean, definitely worth a check out, guys. Definitely worth a check out. That said, yes, also one of the biggest news in right now, at least over the weekend, has been Arbitrum. So if you guys do not understand what's happening with Arbitrum right now, and why Arbitrum has been going down like 10% or dumping down here, this big, you know, dump candle over here, It's because they, you know, Arbitrum has this, you know, governance stuff where they do votes on stuff. So they post a vote if they wanna, you know, spend 750 million for something, and most people voted, you know, no, we do not want that. Yet they still, before the actual vote was actually done, they went on and spent the money. So, you know, your vote doesn't mean crap. So there is that. I don't like, and just so you know my take on this, I do not like any kind of coin that has this governance vote where, you know, democracy votes what's gonna be good and not. I hate coins that are being decided by the masses. I don't want masses to decide what's gonna happen with the coin. I want to be there be, you know, chief in charge, one guy at the top deciding all the, you know, necessary, you know, moves for the coin. I want that guy to be the guy that, you know, is gonna decide what's gonna happen to the coin. I hate the fact that we have this governance model where the amount of coins you have, you know, gives you more, you know, voting power. You can vote for what you're gonna do next and stuff like that. That's crap. Like, most people are just caring about, you know, what's gonna help, you know, my coin go to, you know, towards the moon, and oftentimes they do a wrong decision as that. So, you know, there needs to be somebody, you know, who sits who's in charge, who decides this, who can look long term, long prospects, who can have, you know, focus, who can do not bad decisions, who can do not popular decisions, because he knows those unpopular decisions will be good for the coin ahead in time. So I definitely don't like anything that has to do with voting and stuff like that. So that is that. Now we can go back to Bitcoin and what's happening there. Now let's just go through the chat a little bit more. Sapon was my worst gamble. Where you see bull market, 24 or 25? 25 is the top, of course, everybody knows that. I was long from 27.9, then it dumped. TP25. The best way to enter trades is to enter when price is overextended from 10 EMA. That's one of the very good ways, yes. Kite Crypto is good, but he only trades ABC Elliott waves. Yeah, then it's not good. Sputnik, morning everyone, how you doing? I agree, came across him as well. He great at hedging his, but yeah, so the hedging position that he explained was kind of, you know, a little bit like, oh man, he does that. But there is this, you know, rule, technical rule, don't add to your losing positions, right? So he does hedge his position in a losing position to, you know, get it out. But, you know, who am I to say what works and what not works? It works for him, man. The guy makes money. He does seems legit though. There are very few real traders. Yeah, very few. Yeah, and you know, most people that are on YouTube that are showing with the trades and this and that, they just don't seem to have it. You know, they have the, you know, it's very easy to impersonate, you know, a good trader and, you know, say that I'm winning and this and that. But, you know, when it comes to seeing the results, when it comes to seeing the trades and stuff like that, when it comes to, you know, them explaining, you know, you notice that there are not a lot of them. Why alone 10x Bitcoin top in 2021? Yeah, that was one of my, you know, worst. I wasn't actually that, you know, skilled in stuff, you know, but, you know, I got FOMO stuff and, you know, I longed it. I think ray trading is a very simple way of trading. I make money from it anyway. Yeah, it might be that. It might be just one of the, you know, techniques. We are going to pump, not prediction. Very soon, but we need to do this one little thing before we pump. Arbitrum, yeah. Which coin will do 10x at least 2025 so I can sleep now? Every coin will do 10x at least. I predict 100% will go up and then down sideways, but not necessarily in that order. Yeah, Milan is on Chili's bandwagon. Stanko, CKB, other trying to break through. Mostly we are dumping inside. Okay, we went through the chat. We talked a little bit about things right now. It is important to see what is happening here on the chart, guys. This line up here, it is the new full moon up here that's gonna pump us towards upside. We still believe this is not done yet. We still believe we are very much bullish still. 20th of April, guys. 20th of April. 20th April, guys. 20th April. I keep saying this over and over again like a broken record. Remember the date. It is the new moon with an eclipse. So it might, something bad might happen on this date. Remember the date, guys. Remember the date. Let's go a little bit back up here and start, you know, doing TA on what's happening up here on the chart. Now, it is important to know that right now, Bitcoin has been climbing up here towards upside. It has this, you know, bearish, what are you gonna call, bearish mountains at the top up here. And everything says that, you know, we're gonna go down like everything says that we're gonna, not everything, but you know, a lot of stuff. If you see this kind of moves up here on the chart, like over here, like you see it, you know, you kind of feel it's gonna go down, like you kind of feel it, but we are not going down. That's the thing, guys. Oftentimes there will be bearish patterns. There will be bearish moves, there will be bearish indicators. Everything in your body will be telling you it's gonna go down. And then you look at a chart and you cannot say that the chart looks weak. You look at a chart and you go like, damn, I mean, you know, it's a bearish pattern. You know, it is curving towards downside. Yeah, you know, it is crossing some kind of indicator to the downside. Like it looks, but then you see like, but it's not dropping. Why is it not dropping? And that shows strength in the price. It goes down but kind of slowly moves down. It goes down but kind of doesn't drop, right? Even over here, we got a lower low up here. I think we got a lower low that we create. This on the hourly time frame. No, we don't actually. We got a higher low up here. We got a low and we got a higher low up here. So it's very nice. So we still don't have a lower low, which is actually very bullish. So you see right now that we are actually technically not bearish. And I've been saying like there needs to be some kind of levels that we need to break to become bearish. And we haven't broken those levels. We have not broken those levels. Down here there was a line up here, something like this over here. You can pull it like this over here. I changed the line a little bit, but you know, that's my take. You see up here, we came below the line and bounce right back again. So what's happening up here, and why did I say in the very start that, you know, there needs to be this slight, small move towards the upside, slight move towards the upside to make us super bullish. And why is that? Well, look at this, guys. Oftentimes, you can see now this over here is important line that we do not want to break. We actually held that and right now continue towards upside. We can see up here right now that we are pumping, but only until the resistance, guys, only until the resistance, and we need to break the resistance up here towards upside. This is very crucial, very important. I explained this a lot of times. We need to do this, and as soon as we do this move up here and establish ourselves above this resistance over here, it's pretty much game over for the bears, and I think we are going to 30k. So let me explain how this works, because down here, right below us up here, right below us up here, somewhere up here, what is the line? Maybe over here, give or take, something like this. This was the first triangle up here, and then we had a couple other triangles up here, right? There was the second triangle up here that went something like this, I think, over here, give or take. So you can see up here. But actually, I was thinking it might actually go down there, something like this over here. But it fell through, right? I thought it was something like this over here, give or take. Maybe something like this. Doesn't matter. What this seems to me over here is happening is some kind of spring. Number one, we did break this, you know, move towards downside. We spring back towards upside, right? Springs are very, very important because they try to break certain levels, right? So we came up here towards the top. We tried to break the resistance. We failed that. We moved back. We tried again. We failed that. We moved back. And right now we're having again this spring towards upside. Now spring needs to break the resistance because this is the last move before the dump. So you have some kind of, you know, some kind of channel, for example, and you go in the channel and you break towards downside, and that this becomes a spring towards upside, and you go all the way up to the resistance, because this is what the springs are supposed to do. They're supposed to crush the resistance up here towards upside. They're supposed to break the resistance. So you go down, you gather, you know, new long positions, and there are a lot of new long positions up here, and then you violently try to break the resistance up here towards upside. And if you do that, you know, you're good to go. You're good to go. But failure to break this resistance again and then go back outside of the support, that's a very, very bad move, and then you can actually assume this is going to continue towards downside. Very, you know, in some kind of bearish trends and in some kind of bearish, you know, bearish coins, you will see these spring, but these spring don't go all the way up here. They just go to the resistance up here, as normally they get they go down support, they fail support and go down. This is a very normal move. Everybody understands this, but the spring is the same. This is also a spring that failed very quickly. The good springs up here go all the way to the resistance and try up here, and then they fail. And the best springs actually break the resistance. But the trick up here, the thing that's actually happening is that these springs are trying to break these upper levels of resistance. So there is a very important level of resistance right above us. We are at the resistance right now. We are having this, you know, small spring towards downside up here that we are using to try to break the spring up, to try to break the resistance, but we are not quite there yet. We are very close, not quite there yet. I'm still very much bullish, and I'm gonna keep staying bullish until we go back below and start closing below the line down here. Let me just change this up here to default. up here. I'm still gonna be bullish until we, you know, break, below 27.7 or something like that. Right now, these bottoms down here is being created very nicely. So if you go down here and break this towards downside, I become bearish over here. But as long as we do this up here, there's still, you know, a very good probability to break this towards upside. But right now, important to notice that we are in fact very much at a major, you know, crossing point, a major resistance level that we need to break towards upside. Now this is 4-hourly time frame, so let's pop some moving averages up here. And what you're gonna see here, that right now we still got 2 hours left, and we are still above, you know, all of the moving averages up here. 20, 10 moving average, 50 moving average. We are above moving averages, so we need to close this up here first. So it's gonna happen in 2 hours, 4 hours. When it's gonna happen, I don't know. But I think this first move needs to close above these moving averages, then maybe some kind of retest over here, and then, you know, move towards upside. So maybe in the next 6 hours we might actually try to break it. So you know, I think there might be some kind of consolidation up here right now in a couple hours. You see here 1 hourly time frame managed to move above all moving averages, just consolidating up here. So, you know, it might take a little bit of time over here, but, you know, during the day, I think we will see either a breakout or a failure of this breakout towards the downside. But I think this is the most important level right now, because this move up here, this move up here is already finished. I mean, the consolidation has been done. And right now the only question is, when is this gonna go towards the upside, or when is this gonna drop down? Yeah, you know, we waited, the weekend is done, so right now it can do whatever it wants to do, right? It was very close to those moves. Now let's go and see a little bit on daily time frame up here, because people are talking about divergences. So let's go and squeeze this a little bit. What you're gonna see here, there is in fact a divergence up here on the chart. This is a 2-day time frame up here, and there is a divergence over here on the chart, but we are sitting on some kind of 67 levels. So yes, we can pull down, but we don't have to pull down. So divergences are not, you know, be all and all indicator of you know, move towards the downside. And like we saw over here, although we are very close at that resistance to break towards the upside, we can still not break it and just go down over here. So I'm not saying that this can go down. I'm just saying that there is also a very good probability that it's going to break towards the upside. On the other hand, if it does break towards the upside, guys, it's going to explode. And it's going to explode because, let me show you up here. There is a channel up here, give or take how you draw it, maybe something like this. I think, you know, might be something like this over here. There is a rising channel over here, and if this channel breaks towards us, now first thing first, it needs to break this trend line over here towards upside, or this resistance line that we have right now. That's gonna be very, very good. And then it's gonna probably go a little bit up here to, you know, some kind of 30k or something like that, right? 30k or something like that towards upside up here. But once this rising channel up here is broken towards upside, this is gonna explode, because this is rising channel, a bearish channel that should pull back towards downside. This looks like exhaustion pattern, and, you know, it does behave like exhaustion pattern, creating these, you know, distribution patterns at the top up here. So everything, you know, by the book, you know, every, you know, tech analysis, oh, this is gonna drop, this is gonna drop, and we here on this channel are like, no, it's not gonna drop, because this looks very bullish. And, you know, even bearish patterns break towards upside. You will oftentimes get bearish patterns because there is a lot of shorters, of course, on any chart. They see some kind of resistance, they're just shorting that resistance. They don't think, right? They don't think. They just see, you know, they see rising wedge and they're shorting that rising wedge, not understanding that the rising wedge and a bullish trends can break towards upside. And when it does, the price explodes, you know. So they're just shorting these, you know, they're mindlessly shorting along in levels, because that's support, that's resistance. So just show, like, even though we are at resistance, that resistance eventually get broken, right? So this is a big impulsive move towards upside, exhaustion pattern towards upside up here. This looks over here like a, you know, double multiple up here, like distribution phase up here. Everything right now is telling people that this is gonna drop down, but I'm saying, and it can drop down, but what I'm saying is that if we can manage to get above this resistance over here, that shows bullishness. Then we get above the midline over here, that shows bullishness. Then we go all the way up here above this channel up here, that shows bullishness. Three levels, three moves that shows very strong bullishness towards the upside, if that can happen, right? And then there is no way this cannot pump to 30, 32, 30, you know, 40 more, something like that. But right now we understand also that if we start falling back below, you know, this line down here, 27k. Not only are we below the moving averages, not only are we below the support line, not only are we outside of the channel. There is so many problems dropping back below 27.7 that you know, we gotta assume that Bitcoin is weak. But we are not dropping. We are not dropping. We got even a low and higher low up here on the chart. So guys, I'm keeping bullishness intact. There is nothing wrong with the chart. It is doing slow moves. There is a lot of FUD out there with, you know, inflation and DXY and stuff like that, right? But it's not as much FUD as we at the bottom. But I think that right now the markets are a little bit calm, and I think there is good probability to pump very, very soon. I don't want to be overly bullish and say this needs to pump, but I do believe that, you know, this is gonna pump. I do strongly believe that this is gonna pump. On the other hand, it has chance. Like I said, it has chance to dump because everything right now on the chart is telling us that this can actually dump. There is on the weekly time frame we got right now. We don't have actually double doji up here, guys. First thing first, I get my bragging rights for the rest of my life, right? First thing first, I get bragging rights. Okay, I won't claim bragging rights this time because, you know, I thought that this candle was gonna be a lot bigger candle. But I said, you know, people see this doji at the top over here and they instantly think, because they're not using their brains, that this needs to go towards downside because this is a topping out doji. We had a big impulsive candle with a doji at the top. We are starting to whatnot, right? This needs to go down. And what did I say? This candle up here is going to end green. And why did I say that? Because these things do indicate some kind of tops. And right now, if you look around small time frames, like everything telling you like, oh my God, this is some kind of, if this was some kind of pattern, is some kind of bearish trend, like we would be shorting here like you know what, and this would have already fallen down for a long time ago, right, towards downside, but it's just not falling down, just keeping up, right? So strong trends don't care about bearish, you know, indications. They don't care about bearish patterns. They don't care about anything bearish, because those bearish patterns, those bearish indications are created by the shorters who believe in these levels, and the levels are God and it's gonna reverse here and there and whatnot, right? So these things are created, but bullishness is prevailing, guys. Bullishness is prevailing. We are not dumping down. We are actually have, you know, ended the candle in green. And I believe right now that this candle up here will become green eventually. So there is that. Guys, it looks good. Bitcoin needs to break this very, very, you know, important level of resistance right now. This is what I'm looking at. This is the only thing that I care about right now. This is the line. It is very nice line. This is the line that we need to break towards the upside. If we can do that, Bitcoin is super bullish. On the other hand, if we fail to do this, we do not want to fall under any circumstance below this line up here. Let's just put stop loss up. No, we do not want to fall and start closing below this line down here. So we got some kind of resistance on our level, but we already see that Bitcoin is not dropping, because if it was bad, if Bitcoin was weak, we would have dropped long time ago. We would have not pumped. We have jumped long time ago. Any questions, guys? You think it's good to short now 28.3? How can I think it's good to short when I'm bullish, man? Mostly we are dumping, ascending triangle. Yeah, I'm telling you, there are definitely a bearish pattern up here on the chart. But I'm telling you, when these bearish patterns come, like everybody thinks we're gonna drop down. Like even the guys that were, you know, that are traders, and we are traders, we know, you know, hit resistance is gonna go down, it's gonna drop, you know, I'm just trading the move. I think even those guys are gonna be wrong. Agree until 27 cent Bitcoin to the moon. Yeah. So it needs, yeah, Bitcoin needs to break certain, important support levels, and right now the important support levels are not yet broken, right? Maybe the line goes something like this as well. Maybe still holding the line. Important lines are not broken, guys. We in bull market, don't forget, guys. Don't forget, we in bull market. I gotta tweet that, man. I gotta tweet that. I think people forget. How can I wait? Let's do it like this. I'll not. I won't use your last name, but you know everybody knows who Milan is, right? There we go. It will break out one way or other in the 4 hours on the number. There are some numbers coming out again. There are always some numbers coming out. There are always some numbers coming out. Bearish divergence, make the bearish cross, resistance, blah blah blah. Yeah, exactly, blah blah blah. Yo Tila, what's up? Adamoon very soon. So over here, you'll see up here on the daily time frame as well. We got a bearish we got a bearish cross up here. This is pulling back towards downside. Like everything seems to, you know, if you're traders and didn't understand, you know, the mechanics of how this works, you will have the most bearish patterns and will still break towards the upside. And again, I learned this with Matic. People don't understand that I learned this with Matic. The Matic gave me a huge lesson. Where was it? Matic USD. Matic gave me a huge lesson, guys. I learned a huge lesson on Matic. Let's do a logarithmic goal, because at that time I was actually doing over here. See up here. We are at 80-90 levels, guys. We are at 80-90 levels up here. This on the weekly time frame, so you can see it. I thought this needs to drop down like you know what, man. Cannot, you know, there was divergences, there was this, there was that. This went up here, you know, up here, you know, on this candle over here, it went to 95 the rest. Like, how the F you are supposed to push it more towards the upside and 20 higher. If you look it up here on not low chart, this is the move, guys. This is the move. Like over here on the logarithmic chart, you think, just a small move toward. No, it was a big move, man. It went up here. It was overextended, like you know what, and you know, I just couldn't believe that this is gonna, you know, explode towards the upside. So extreme levels on the other side does not matter that much. You gotta look at big picture. April we have pink moon. We trust the charts. Yeah, read the charts, don't read them on. So Bitcoin is right now 0.6. I think it's gonna happen. I'm a little bit unsure when it's gonna happen, because I'm still on the bullish bandwagon, and I still cannot believe that, you know, Bitcoin is gonna dump just right now. We also said that there is you know, between 30k and 32k, maybe a little bit up here, this resistance up here, this is where everybody wants to short. This is where all the bears want to short. I want to short 30k, I want to short 31, 32, 33k. So every bear wants to short this resistance. But I've said, if we go up here towards the upside and giving everybody a chance to short, it's probably not a place where, to short up here. So I think right now, if we do break this towards the upside, if this rising channel breaks towards the upside up here, we are not gonna stop in this zone up here. We're gonna go through the zone somewhere up here, because this is max pain for the bears. Because then bears cannot say that, you know, they have nothing to leech onto. You know, if you're at 34,000, 35, you're no longer at 30,000. Like shorting is up here, 30, 32,000. Everybody wants to short these levels. So right now they're seeing that, and like one more move up, and I'm gonna show it. It goes one more move up, and I think if we go to 30, 32k, I think it's gonna go outside those levels, above those, because here is the max pain for the bears. They're gonna FOMO in. They're not gonna be able to actually, you know, withstand the pressure, and they're gonna FOMO in. The worst case scenario for the bears and everybody else is coming above 40k line, guys. This is the worst case for the bears. Why? Because it's so high up that they're gonna be like, you know what, I'm just not gonna buy. I'm gonna end crypto. This is the worst pain, because it's no longer a 3 number at start. It's no longer a 3 number. It's not like 39 something, right? It's 4 number. It's 4. The number 4 is very important. It's psychological. You just changed the first digit on a 5 digit number. Just change the first digit from 3 to 4. It's such a psychological pain for the bears. You cannot even imagine that. If bears that did not buy at 16k, that failed to buy every single dip up here, that are right now not buying this up here because it looks like it's gonna drop. If these bears are still on the sidelines and they see the 4 number at the front of, this is so much pain, guys. This is so much pain. Moves like a matic move is where risk management comes in play. You can have all the signals to get in your trade, but it never 100%. Yeah, and it's never 100%. So a lot of that is, you know, are we in the bull market? Are we in a strong upward trend? Did the trend break? You know, and there was a lot of course, there are also when it comes to matic and that move that I just showed you. I wasn't that proficient in TA as I am now. I'm saying, I'm still looking for gold nuggets when it comes to technicals. I'm still learning stuff. When Mlane came in the chat, I stopped using, you know, logarithmic, you know, charts. I stopped, you know, focusing on just, you know, when it comes to lines on just, you know, the weeks and stuff like that, right? So I'm definitely learning from everybody. You know, I'm not saying that I know it all, but I think that, you know, there are certain truths in TEA, and there are certain, you know, failures. So we are trying to figure out what the truth is. Otherwise, you will long at top. Holding is the best. Pairs we call for 10k until we see 60k. Yeah. Check out the Trading Geek, best trading mindset coach. I don't need a mindset coach. I just need somebody to show me how they do it, to show profitable trades. So the thing that I can actually believe in, and they show it in a way that's very, you know, believable. You know, I don't wanna watch guys that are going like, yeah, you need to be, you know, in the state of mind, you know, you need to wake up in the morning and be like, yeah, the world owes me money, I'm gonna get money, you know, you be that state, and then you go there and then you do the trades, you know, risk management. Ugh! You know, I don't need those kind of, you know, I need to, you know, people to sit in front of the charts and show me on the charts what they are looking at, you know, how they are trading, and then I'll figure out how I will trade. You know, that's what I need. I don't need mind coaches. We have waited for a year and a half. Yeah, it is time. It is time. Frank Yells did a good job, but he used all fancy. Yeah, I don't like. I like friendly candles. I don't mind, but he uses the market cipher indicator, and he's a little bit different, you know, technical analysis than we are, than what we believe in, you know, he also calls the moves, so, you know, there's that. Who am I to say that he does it wrong? He use market cipher and market cipher, you know, crypto phase, and crypto phase, you know, great, you know, traders. So there is that. But we understand that, you know, the simplicity is where the big money is. So there is that. So again, do check this guy out. He's called Nick Sean, and you can tell me what you think about him. But I do like his approach. And I did see. I haven't seen that you know, that much. But what he talks about, and you know, the lines he's drawing and stuff like that, the way he thinks is a little bit more correct than other people. The way I see it. He uses Warren Pro heavily. I appreciate that. People use volume profile. Yeah. People use volume profile. Maybe it's this one. I don't know which one is. That's better. People use volume profile to find support and resistance levels. Point of control. This is probably point of control down here at, you know, 22.5k. They see these empty spaces, you know, they calculate those. You don't need this, guys. You don't need this. What I'm trying to tell you that, you know, finding support and resistance line is very simple. And there are real support and resistance line, not based on this thing over here. They're trying to find where the most trading has been done, what might be, because these indicate a lot of trading has been here, so there is some kind of resistance level up here or support level, right? Support or resistance level. This is bogus. This is for people that are not. This is for people that are learning the wrong way to read the charts, the way I see it. There is no need to look for support and resistance levels on these things, guys. Literally no reason. You want to support levels, I mean, you can use your eyes. Eyes are a lot better. Yeah, these are just, you know, you don't need anything like that over here. And oftentimes it's, you know, See tops, you see bottoms. There is some kind of midline over here. Of course, there is going to be max trading between the two lines because the price, you know, appears in the middle. There is most trading being done, of course. So people, you know, volume profile is, I don't know who came up with the volume profile, but whoever was, you know, simple and very powerful. Sputnik, you keep doing that. Crypto phase legend. Anyone but Ivan Tech. Gort, you just trying to, you know, F me off. I use fixed range volume. Yeah, you can use whatever you want. The problem with volume profile is that it has to be the same on every exchange to work. I don't know if it has to be on the same exchange to work. I think that, you know, somebody came up, you know, why don't we, you know, we have volume on the bottom side, why don't we have volume on the side, and then we can try to, you know, get more data out of that and see if that helps us. I understand why people build indicators. It is very powerful to build indicators. It gives you more data about something, right? It gives you some kind of stuff. But oftentimes people are building indicators that there are already very good stuff for, right? We already know how to find support and resistance levels. We already know how to draw the trends. We already know how to figure out where, you know, major support, you know, lines are. We don't need volume profile to tell us where there has been action going on. We can use just our eyes, you know. So it is very useful, at least the way I see it, it is very useless thing. By the way, Ivan Montech is one of the greatest. If you're not, guys, if you're not watching Ivan Montech, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Okay. Number one, there is gonna be a couple of things that are happening on this channel. When it comes to Ivan Montech, number one, he looks at the news. He's shilling this Morales Money, you know, app right now that they are building, which is actually very good, but that doesn't matter. This is the guy that I've been following since 2017. Everybody should follow him. And this is also the guy that stopped doing videos in the previous bull market when we came, you know, at something like 30-40K. And I knew that we are coming close to top because he stopped doing daily, you know, crypto morning videos when we started going into the euphoria phase of the bull market, and he started doing the videos daily again when we came at the bottom of the market again. So entire move, he just was like, nope, not gonna do this crap. He stopped doing it over here somewhere. He stopped doing videos over here. And entire move, all the way up here, he was like, nope, not doing, you know, videos until we get into the bull market then. So we came into bull market. Right now he's doing videos again. Well, I don't like him at all. I don't know why. Well, you know, we get our preferences, you know. We get our preferences. But, you know, what I'm looking for Ivan on Tech right now is next time we go up, at what point does he stop doing videos? So there's that. So that's what I'm looking for. Bitcoin 28.3. Did it break the line? Very close, but not quite yet. Let's see up here. Let's see, is the line broken? Nah, it needs to get above. What level is up here? 28.5. Let's say 28.5. The Ivan indicator. Yeah, exactly. The Ivan indicator. If Ivan stops doing, when Ivan stops doing videos, guys, it's time to get out. It's time to, you know, slowly dollar cost average out of the market. Dollar cost average out of the market. So, you know, we want to see that. But it is a very good thing that he's doing. And the reason I like watching him in the morning and stuff like that, you know, not easy only talking, but he kind of you know, he doesn't do TI. He has his own indicator, but he doesn't do TA. But what he does do is he talks about, you know, news and stuff. So if you want to keep updated on what's happening in crypto, you know, it's the guy. It's, you know, you take your morning coffee, you watch the guy, you know, it's good. Good life. Successful since he was 13 years old, very famous in Sweden. Yeah, I don't know why, yeah, he's very famous in Sweden and stuff like that, but I don't know what he's been doing since 13 years old. On the other hand, I did watch him, you know, for a long time, so you know, I keep watching these, you know, old guys. I don't watch the moon anymore, I can tell you that much. The moon, the E-moon. I don't watch this guy anymore. He became too rich for his own good. So, I told you guys before, and I had to, you know, argue with people that this guy says nice lines, he looks at pattern, he understands certain stuff, right? certain stuff, not everything. So before in 2017-18, when he wasn't that rich, he was doing daily videos on TI, and I liked watching him. He wasn't, you know, too, although he had, you know, thumbnails, he wasn't, you know, he was very calm, and you know, it was very enjoyable watching his videos. Nowadays, it just crap. It just crap. He just comes in for, you know, to show his link and to, you know, show his new girlfriend or whatever, you know, and you know, talk a little bit about Bitcoin's gonna go up, Bitcoin's gonna go up, and that's it, you know. What about eclipses? Eclipses comes on the 20th of I repeat myself like a broken record. 20th April, guys. April. 20th April. That's the when the eclipse is coming. The new moon eclipse. Watch out for the date. Start taking profit. Yeah, once Bitcoin starts stop doing the video, we start taking profits. He's been working Alice Maneshi since. Who is Alice? Alex Mashkins. I don't know what that is. What is Alice Mashkinzi? He's an entrepreneur business. He is co-founder from CEO at Celsius Network. Okay. Yes, do you believe that we'll have? Yes, do you believe that it will have an effect? We know the date. Well, Mark, we know the date, and it kind of depends. It kind of depends. The 20th of April is not that, you know. It's only over here, so you know, if it starts going up here rapidly, you know, and the pumps are very fast, guys. The pumps are very, very fast. You can understand it. So even though this 20th of April, you know, looks very close to where we are right now, the pumps are very fast. Let me show you how fast the pumps are. So let's, how many days is that? This is from 3rd to 17 days. So over here, you know, 23. Sorry, this is 21st. 3rd, give or take, right? The pumps are very fast. This is 35k. This is a very fast pump, right? But the pumps get faster and faster. This is a fast pump. This is a faster pump over here. The pumps get faster, guys. The pumps get faster, right? The pumps get faster, and this could, you know, go. This is 37k. And if the next pump is faster even than this pump up here, you know, maybe we see something like this over here. But the pumps are faster. You know, who knows how high it's gonna. Will it happen on the 6th? Will it happen a little bit before or after? We don't know, but you know, it's worth noting that this 20th of April is important date. 34k before you know it. 34k is easy. 35k, you know, 36k a little bit harder. 40k. Oh, if you get to 40k, guys, you know, it's gonna kill all the bears. It's gonna kill all the bears. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go and do some workout. You know, pump the muscle. You know, I've been you know, using the I'm sick you know, excuse for a while, so you know, it's time to get back into the gym. Thank you for stopping by, guys. Bitcoin is doing nicely. It's trying to break the 30. It's very, very close to breaking the resistance. Very, very close. Let's remove everything. It is very, very close. This is the only thing that matters, guys. The only thing, not the only thing, but one of the very, very few things. Very, very close. Very, very close. A little bit out there, give or take. Yeah, this is very nice. If it gets above there, it's good times, guys. It's good times. And I gotta admit, guys, I gotta admit, one of the best feelings being bullish right now is going and watching Crypto save his video afterwards. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We all gonna make it. Short the resistance. Short it if you short resistance if you can do that. If you have balls. Bye, guys.